What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on? It's Big game things back in the house, man. You know how we do. My guy, radio guy Ray, Mr. Billy. What's up, man?
Hey man, what's happening, man? You know I've been waiting for this all day, man. First thing in the morning, ready to go. Lots of good Cowboy stuff out, man. Had to look up with you. Let's do it. It's time.
Oh, see if you can move your because I want to hear your voice, and it comes like a like a for real radio when you're talking.
You want me
Talk
to
like
come down a
you
little
get
bit?
you. Yeah, come down a little bit because I want to hear your full voice because you got a good radio voice.
Oh, okay. What is that a little better?
Yeah, that's perfect right there.
Okay, perfect. All right, there we go.
All right, so hopefully it stays just like that. But yes, like I said, we jumping in right quick. You know what I'm saying? We was gonna do this anyway, and it just happened to be the schedule coming out of
Ah,
here out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are geeked up about the schedule. What's your kind of thoughts on just first game, Tampa Bay? What's your kind of just thoughts with just that in your face?
Well, man, come on now. You already knew how this was going to work out, man. Cowboys are the talk of the town. We know that. If you're a Cowboys hater, you hate it. If you're a Cowboys fan, you love it. We knew it was going to happen. Throw us out there against the world champion Bucks, a little Tom Brady, Dak Prescott, uh, a new version of Cowboys defense against this supposed high power offense, man. I mean, what else could you ask? This is the first game of the season. People have been waiting. You got to get to the best, man, and that's what the NFL decided on. So I can't wait until that Thursday night.
Well, I mean, here's my thoughts of it. I already hear so many people jumping out there. Cowboys going to upset the bus. The Cowboys is going to beat the bus. Yeah, he upset week one. Okay, I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm not doing that
Okay.
at all. I'm not going to do that. I need to see the team. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like that the NFL brought that to the house first game because you know Cowboys are the biggest draw. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who they ain't the biggest draw, but they got Tom Brady and they just won the Super Bowl, so everybody's going to watch them now.
Right.
And they're playing against the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott coming back off an injury. Everybody wants to see this with the new defensive coordinator. It's going to be a huge draw. It's going to be a moneymaker because no matter what you say, like Michael Irvin said, whether you love us or hate
Uh
us,
huh.
you will tune in and
Yep.
turn into the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
It's just a fact. So I'm excited for that part. I want to see what the Cowboys going to do, but I'm not jumping out there saying Cowboys going to upset the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and we going to win this and win that. I ain't seen Dan Quinn coach this defense. I ain't seen Mike McCarthy with a year two with Dak Prescott and year two with Kellen Moore. I haven't seen all these pieces come together yet. I haven't seen preseason. I haven't seen Leo Collins back. I haven't seen Tyron Smith back. I haven't seen none of these guys back yet. I need to see some of that, a little bit of that, before I say anything about jumping out there being upsets. And we ain't even touched no daggone rookie camp.
So are you saying that you're going to need to at least see some semblance of a team in the preseason? Say we get you the preseason. Will you be able to jump out on a limb there, or we
No,
just
I
hold
ain't
off?
jump. I ain't jumping out on no limbs. I told you, I'm will see. I'm will see. Ain't no more jumping out on limbs. I jumped out on
Got you.
limbs for 47 years. I jumped all the way out on limbs. Did backflips on limbs, flew out. And I'm not doing that no more. And I don't care. You know what?
Hey,
They got to show me, and that's just the way it is. So let
I
me
feel you.
step back and let me see Dan Quinn to see what you can do. Okay, yes, it is exciting. I can't lie and say it ain't exciting, big dog. I can't lie and say it's not exciting and a little bit in my belly because it's my team and I'm wondering what Dan Quinn can really do. And I'm really curious when I see Mukama. I had his name just memorized, Mukamaru.
The
I think.
kid with safety.
Yes, and
Yeah.
then Rashawn Wright, the tall corner, then Joseph Bossman Fat, and then Michael Parsons, and then I'm curious. I am long got Osa. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious. And then I want to see what Randy Gregory will do with a full off season. You know, I'm curious.
Yeah.
I can't lie, big dog. I'm curious. But
Right.
I ain't drinking the Kool-Aid.
I feel you, man.
Okay.
Yeah, only time will tell. I mean, you're right about that. We don't know. I think for me, it's the energy that's in the air. whether it's warranted or not. James, everybody's hyped up, man. It's time for football. This is the first taste of anything we've got in a while. They've dropped the schedule. People are making plans. People are deciding what's going to happen here, there, and the other. People already got their records set up and all that different stuff. So it's just an time. But the truth of the matter is what you said. We're going to have to look and see what happens first. Injuries, who's going to make through training camp, as you mentioned before, and you got to find out what all that stuff is going to be before you can get out there and really make any real assumptions or educated assumptions.
So, I mean, what do you kind of think about the schedule? I mean, we got Tampa Bay week 1 coming back against the Chargers. And I'm interested to see that game because I want to see Justin Herbert. I want to see him. I want to see us how how that's going to unfold. I want to see that. And then it's the interesting game. It's the first home game, and that's the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah. We get them nice and early this year. The last couple of years, James, they've been on the Eagles to us about mid-season for the first matchup. So it'll be good to catch them early, and hopefully injuries. Hopefully we won't have any, and we'll be able to run out there and kind of get the best of each other and kind of gauge where we are, at least in the division. That'll be the first division matchup. So I like it. I'm for it.
I mean, I think that's a game to keep it real, and I ain't hating, but I think this is a game we should just smash them Eagles. That's a game to me. They should smash them Eagles. No matter what happens in the first 2 games, that should be smash the Eagles. It's on a Monday night. It's at Dallas, first home game. That should be a smasher. You feel me?
Yeah.
You come back and then you got Carolina Panthers at home. Okay, because you got 3 straight homes. So you got Carolina Panthers at home week. Year 2 with Matt Rule with his guys, and then they went and snuck our guy J.C. Horn.
Yeah, that's
so they got him on it. So that's going to be a big game, but that's a game where if we're talking about, let's do this just for fun. Okay. This is not reality. This fun. Okay. So let's go back to week 1, Tampa Bay, Dallas, and everybody in the feed. Come on here. I know the notification didn't come up. What are you feeling about that Tampa Bay game? Just in your heart,
man, in my heart of hearts, man, I feel like the stage is going to be set. James, I believe the Cowboys are going to win that game, but not so much for the reason anybody else does.
I know
not just a whole bunch of hype, but I would just say this: I was going to win that game because if you follow the Cowboys, man, we win the games that nobody expects us to win, and when you line us up against the Bengals or a team that we don't think much of, those are the games we struggle with. That's just what's been Cowboys' history over the past few years. So for me, I can see them getting all the way hyped up, ready, going out there playing their best ball. Give everyone this false sense of, man, this team is ready. We're Super Bowl bound. Beat the Bucs. We're Super Bowl bound. And then, run into those teams that aren't supposed to be that good, and we struggle. That's been the narrative of this team. So until proven otherwise, that's where I'm going to go with it. But my gut feeling says the Cowboys win that game on that opening Thursday night.
And my gut feeling says they lose. So they're 0-1 for me, 1-0 for you. Okay. So we go with the second game, Chargers. How you feel about that?
Man, I haven't seen Justin Herbert up close, man. I know a little about him, but me personally, man, and that game's on the road as well.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be an L for me, man. I think that would be an L for me against the Chargers. Too many unknowns as far as I'm concerned. I'll have to take the L against the Chargers. Week 2.
And that's funny because I'm gonna do the flip flop. I think we're gonna beat the Chargers that game.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? I think we're gonna beat the Chargers that game. So I think that's when we're 1-1, and then we come against Philly. I think we smashed them.
Yeah. Give me a dub against the Eagles.
Yeah, I feel like we smashed the Eagles. So either way, we're still 2-1 regardless, right?
Okay.
And then we got the Panthers. I feel like we beat the Panthers. That's a tough game just because I feel like they're going to come in hyped up. They're going to maybe the Cowboys smell themselves a little bit after a smash down victory on the Eagles.
Right.
And then the Carolina Panthers be real sneaky, but I feel like they get them.
Okay.
What do you think about Carolina?
Yeah, I think it's the same thing, man. Tough game. I think Carolina is going to be a real physical football team, man. I was just doing down there. It's going to be a smash mouth game, in my opinion, but I do see the Cowboys finding a way to get that win, taking them 3-1 on the season.
So we're both at 3-1 right now,
Right.
right? So then we got the Giants. And see, I don't even want to give Cowboys 4-1 because I feel like people going to think I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid.
Right. Right.
It's just the Giants aren't good to me.
Yeah, they're not. They're not.
Their quarterback is weak. And if we're healthy,
yeah,
if the rookies are turning up a little bit, maybe if Michael Parsons is turning up, I'm going to be looking at the defense. I'm not going to be looking at the offense, dog.
right.
If the
Right.
defense is turning up a little bit early, like the Michael Parsons is getting in that backfield, if he's turning up early, okay, then I'm going with the win with the Giants, big dog.
Yeah, you know what, man? I'd agree with you, man. My thing is, it ain't got nothing to do with the Cowboys. I just really New York Giants going to stink again this year.
Yeah,
and it's not that they don't have talent. It's not that I don't think they have talent. It's that damn quarter they have. I just don't believe in him. I think he stinks, and he'll be just enough to keep that team from doing what they want to do. So give me the Cowboys against the Giants in the division game.
And we're 2-0 in the division, and we're feeling good. So we're Cowboys are 4-1, 2-0 in the division. People are pumping us up right now, big dog. And you know what happens? We play New England at New England. I don't give a hell if it's Cam Newton. I just feel like this gonna be an L.
Okay, so you don't care who it is playing for the Patriots, just
and it ain't even about Belichick. It's just New England. It's just it's just where we at. It's just tough game. We just lose it. I don't know how we just lose it. So I'm going 4-2 before the bye.
You know what, man? I'm gonna go opposite against you, man. I've been riding with the shotgun, man.
You always shotgun. You ride too hard sometimes, though.
No, man.
Look, but you know what it is? You know what you're feeling? You know what you're
that?
feeling? You feeling like I'm feeling, like we talked last week. See, here's your feeling, and I know you're feeling. I don't want to feel this way because I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid. You feel me? That's why you're laughing. That's why you're laughing. Yeah. Because these other teams aren't that good to me.
Right.
And that's why you like, I want to say we're gonna lose, but damn it, New England ain't good.
No, they're not.
Then we got Minnesota. I feel like we could beat them, but we should beat them.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean,
that's the problem.
It is. It's a huge problem. And you know the thing with the Cowboys, if we're gonna be all the way real about it, man, we probably don't set ourselves
real. That's what it is.
Man, listen, with the Cowboys, man, they have found ways. They seem to allergic to success. Even when success is laid out in front of them, man, it's something stupid that happens. Whether it's a player getting suspended, something ridiculous happening off field, some type of unnecessary distraction. Jerry Jones comes out and says something. This is the best Cowboys team that I think I've seen in the past 40 years. Everybody gets hyped up, and it falls apart. The Cowboys, the key to success for them this year, man, they're going to have a favorable go in and play, and have an opportunity to win, like we're in a lot of these games. And keep their mouth shut, and they're going to have to keep that mentality. James, the moment they start smelling those and feeling we're on, that's when it's going to fall apart. And they've got to hold that mentality, man. If they don't, they will fall apart. They will fall apart.
Yeah, man. And the point is with me is, Jerry's going to do that. But it's got to be the coach inside the locker room, and it's got to be these players that are saying, look, man, we ain't listening to nothing that, not disrespecting Jerry, but we can't be listening to what he's saying. We know he's going to hype this. We got to stay grounded. The coaching has to really step up. Mike McCarthy, you got to step up in year 2, real big dog. You got to step up in year 2. I know you only have 4 or 5 games with Dak, whatever. If you have a full season, you got to show me, McCarthy, because you're a veteran coach. You done had a veteran quarterback and you won. Now I feel like you got another top quarterback in this game. Now you need to ride this thing right. You got a defensive coordinator who they say, hey, he was with the Legion of Boom that won a Super Bowl. Okay, now he's back at this coaching defense. You feel me? It looks like he has a plan like your boy Mike Nolan didn't when you brought your friend in and that didn't work. Right. Now they got a guy in here that says, I've been there and I've done that and I can work with you, because it looks like Dan Quinn is the type of guy that, hey, I'm all about team. You know what I'm saying? Dan Quinn looks to me he's always team guy.
Right.
So I'm cool with that. So, but things have to show from the coaching staff to take this to the next level,
Yes.
and it has to show now. You get what I'm saying? So I feel what you're saying on that, but this coaching has to, because the players, they're okay. It ain't like we got a dominant defense out there. We got a really good offense, but there
Right.
ain't no
True.
dominant defense. It's a lot of projection. You're hoping. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it was one of the worst last year.
Yeah, it was. It was. They got a long way to go, man. I don't think anybody down there in that locker room or in those offices down there, I don't think any of those guys feel comfortable saying that, hey, this team is ready to just jump out there and be a great defense. It's going to time. They're going to have
Who's the
growing
leaders
pains.
though, big dog, on the defense? Who's the
Man,
leaders?
I want to say it's DeMarcus Lawrence, man. That's who I want to say. I mean, would it
I
fair to
think
say
people.
D Law is the leader?
I was. That's fair to say because I don't think people. I don't think people in that locker room hate on D Law. I can't even say that, so I'm not going to say that. But I don't know. I just feel like I feel like D Law is somebody to follow. I was during the year I've been getting on D Law, but I think
Right.
he's somebody I could follow because I feel like he does go hard. But I feel like sometimes this is just my opinion. I talk trash. I talk hella trash.
Right.
But sometimes it's like when you know it's not time to talk trash because you got to handle your business, you just got to shut up and play ball. You feel
Just play.
me? Like I
Right.
know that because I talk hella trash, but when it ain't good, I'm gonna have to just shut the f up and just let y'all see
Play.
it, and then the trash talking will come back after we
Right.
dogging and y'all see what's going on. And I
Right.
feel like this is my thing. My dog come out saying I'm a 10 sack guy. I'm this, I'm that. I'm not seeing against the dog teams, but in the weak teams and the weak players, you do it. You
Right.
feel me? Like you gotta take your game next level this year.
Right. I
Like
agree.
this has to be a next level year for DeMarcus Lawrence, not in a contract. You feel me? This is why I'm coming. Understand what I'm saying? He's been with the team how long? Since 2014?
2014
and
was
only
his
had
rookie
two
season.
and only had two double-digit sack season. And I know it ain't all about sacks, but what I'm saying is this: you need to be that dog. If they're
Right.
bringing a new guy in, they're bringing in these young players. You need to be an animal, and it can't be a contract year. It can't be anything. It has to be because you just a dog.
Right.
So you need to come with that 13, 14 sack year.
Yeah. I can see that. Now, I'm glad you mentioned that because I had a question for you, man. How do you think, based on what you've seen from Dan Quinn, how do you think Dan Quinn and DeMarcus Lawrence relationship could be, coach to player relationship? Because Dan Quinn kind of seems like a player's
I
coach.
think they will be a great relationship because
Okay.
just what you just said. I think Dan Quinn is a player's coach, like
Okay.
Rob Marinelli. I don't think Mike Nolan is a player's coach. I
Right.
think he's a business type coach, and like, here's what you need to do. You need to do this, and that's it. You get what I'm saying? And some people don't gravitate to that, especially when they've been used to the Marinelli type way.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
get a guy who's standoffish, and then they're like, oh, I don't like this guy, or I can't understand this. So I think they wanted to bring back a guy that relates with the players and
Right.
can bring them back in, maybe like the Jalen Smith or the, because I feel like he is hands on. I feel like he
Yeah.
is personable. I feel like you can come to him, you can talk to him. He wants that. And I feel like that's going to help the defense. You feel me? So I feel
Right.
like that relationship can be very good. But at the end of the day, when Marinelli was like, look, D-Law, you got to take your game to a next level. And I feel like he did. You can't fall off, dog. You
Yeah.
can't just get 5 or 6 sacks. You got to be, if you're the animal and the dog of the team that people keep talking about, 5 and 6 sack seasons ain't acceptable to me.
No. No, not at all. So,
Especially when they paid you that bread and I'm not even getting in the pockets or anything
yeah.
like that. But you held out and said, I'm like the dog. So to
Yeah.
me, I don't care about no double teams because great players get past all that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what they do, man. The Charles Haley's, what's your name? The Bruce Thomases, the Michael Strahans, all those guys took on double
We
teams, man,
seen
and they
them.
beat them. They beat them
Lawrence
consistently.
Taylor, Reggie
Yeah.
Weiss, we seen them. Derek Thomas, we seen them.
Yeah.
We seen him. Bruce Smith, we seen them.
Yeah.
It didn't matter who was blocking when they put 2 on them. They were still affecting the game.
Yep,
When you're great,
exactly.
that's what you do. It's not, oh, he getting double team and he's opening it up for Randy Gregory. No, it's he's getting the double team and he's still wrecking
Still
the
getting
game.
there. Right, right, exactly.
That's when
So,
you're great.
yes, sir. I'd have to agree with you. So then let me ask you this question then, man. As we were talking about leadership and everything, I think DeMarcus Lawrence is the leader of that defense. Do you see somebody else emerging as the leader of that defense this year? If anybody was to supersede or take over that spot as the leader, who would you see it to be, or who would you like for it to be on the
I'm gonna keep it
defensive side of the
real.
ball? Okay.
If Micah Parsons plays his ass off, I think it could be Micah Parsons.
As early as this year?
I can really believe it can be early as this year
Okay.
because when I look at Micah Parsons, when I watch these videos and when I watched him, I keep saying it. It's a difference when you have a passion for playing for a team.
Yeah.
It's a difference. It's
Yeah.
a difference. You know, some guys get drafted and they're happy. Hey, I got drafted in the league, but I don't really want to play for this squad. But I'm gonna do it because I got drafted in the league. I'm in the NFL, so I'm gonna play ball and we'll just see how it goes. But when you go to the team you actually have grew up watching,
Right.
and it's deep passion. Like when I listen to his dad, when I listen
Oh,
to
yeah.
him, like it meant everything to him. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I think that's different. And I feel like if he can start getting off early, you know, Jalen Smith, and I'm not hating on him or Van Der Esch, they were the self-proclaimed, or Jalen Smith was a self-proclaimed. But I feel
Right.
like Parsons has that type of mentality and the attitude and the personality where people are going to gravitate towards him and follow him, especially if he comes in turning up. And I don't mind seeing it because
Yeah.
I like his game, and he is an animal. And people been hating on the pick. He could
Yeah.
be an animal with Dallas. And people are like, well, let's get rid of Jalen and LVE. I get
Mhm.
it, but why not keep them and figure that all out and let them all play together and let them all be dogs? Because I feel like he can bring those other two games up because that's pressure they got on their ass now.
Right.
They ain't really
Right.
had no real pressure. You got some real pressure now with Michael Parsons.
Yeah, you brought a guy in here that potentially be better than both of you guys. And you know what, man, I think it's sad too, man. I hate this. I look on Twitter and stuff, and I
No
saw,
damn
you know how you
Keanu
just
Neal.
yeah,
I'm
I know,
listening,
man.
dog.
I saw you. I heard what you just mentioned about, you know, the deep passion that Michael Parsons has about being here. You can see it and you can feel it. Man, there's so
Oh,
many people hating on this man, talking about it's all fabricated. You know, every player says that in the draft. No, I felt something different with this young man. He want
no.
this is like important
This
to
is
him. You
real.
can
Yeah,
tell
this is
it's
real.
important
This is
to him.
real.
And so
Mm-hmm.
people need to understand the difference in that, man. Yeah, we understand every player says, yeah, in the draft, oh, well, I'm glad to be a part of the Denver Broncos. But you looked at Patrick Surtain, you can look at he didn't want to be there, man. He looked
Nope,
sick
he's
to his
like, "Hey,
stomach.
I'm like, damn." He like, "Damn,
Yeah,
okay, but I'm
yeah.
here. Let's
I'm
do it."
here.
You
Yeah.
feel me? I'm in the
I mean,
NFL. I'm living my dream, so let's do it.
yeah.
But you gonna tell me that motherfucker ain't want to be with Dallas and shaking Jerry Jones' hand just like Michael Parsons said? And it was
Yeah.
like, so how this been in the last 24 hours? He said, well, shoot, how would you feel? You 21 years old, and you just meeting Jerry Jones. He said that's pretty freaking great. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
I like that. I'm like, okay, I'm like this dude, like I'm cool with that. So me personally, I don't really give a hell what anybody else thinks. I think I like the pick. I want him to be great. I want him to take a leadership role. I want him to
Right.
grab a hold of that. I want him to be great because I feel like with his skill set, if they can unleash him and let him, they were talking about
Yeah.
putting him at the Leo position. If they can
Oh, yeah.
unleash him and just let him just go nutty and move him all around, I'm telling you, it'll make a huge difference on his defense. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, that's just my opinion. If they really let him get nutty and get crazy and just really let him do his thing, he could
Yeah.
be really good. And
Yeah.
for real, I think like DeMarcus Lawrence could take the back seat. Like he could be that good where them start following him. It doesn't
Right.
matter how young you are, dog. We've seen it
Uh,
in time and time again. You can have veterans who've been animals, but when that one young dog come in, be like, I don't care how young he is, we following.
yeah. Yeah. And that's what you gotta have, man. You gotta have guys that you know, you gotta have that locker room locked up to where guys in that locker room say, hey, that's that guy. Michael Parsons, that's that guy, or D Law, that's that guy. And so when you're that guy and you're out there and you're playing well, man, that I tell you, man, James, that shit is contagious, man. I'm talking about guys getting out there, they getting it, they want to play with you, they riding shotgun with you, man. That's the best feeling in the world, man. So I'm hoping that Michael Parsons can bring it out. And if not him, somebody else. It doesn't matter who, just somebody get there and do it.
Well, look, I got this. My guy north of the star says, heard him on Ross Tucker's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, how come how come one said he graduated in 3 years? They're all reporting the negative on him, think he's a bright kid. And I heard that as well.
Yeah,
that he graduated early. And I mean, if you look at him with his family, man, he looks like a fun-loving kid. He likes to have fun. He just like his family looks like they like, man, leave this dude alone. Let him be great with Dallas. Let this man be great. Let this man be great, because if he's great with Dallas, I'm telling y'all, I feel like he's the key. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was leery of linebacker early. I was leery of cornerback early.
Of course.
But if there was a linebacker, that they would take, I was cool. And then when I watched him, I said, oh, hold up. Okay. He nasty. If he can continue just to get that on field, and he's proud of wearing the star. This dude tweeted the last game when he played, when he went nutty, he said, I want to play for the Cowboys.
Right. I want to play right here. I want this to be home.
I want to play right here.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
And you put the ability with it.
Yeah.
It's a different thing.
And
dude, make everybody else start following, big dog.
Man, people need to understand. But it's for me.
It's okay
that the young man. I hope the young man understands Dallas. People are going to hate. They're going to find ways to dislike you, man. Just find a way to channel that and just let it fuel more. I mean, get out there and wreak havoc all over that field. That's what he'd see my guy do.
Right. Now, you know what? Just going through this schedule, I'm listening to everything you're saying. Just going through the schedule, I like a schedule like this. People are like, oh, we got a hard schedule. So all these away games. First of all, when the Cowboys was balling out, when 2014, I remember, 2014 year, they went undefeated on the road.
On the road, 8-0 on the road.
And I loved it. I loved when they was going to everybody's houses smacking the shit out of them.
Yeah.
You feel me? I love going to people's houses and smacking the shit out you, and then having your team chanting our name. You feel me?
Yeah.
I like that. So I'm cool with going away. And I want battle tested. You feel me? I want to play against the Buccaneers. I want to play against the Chiefs. I want to play against the top teams, because that's what you're going to need when you get to the playoffs. You battle tested. I don't want to play no rinky-dink sorry ass teams, because you ain't going to get no true medal of what you really are. And then when you get to the playoffs, you're going to get smacked because you was a fraud.
Yeah. They do it about mid-season every year. Who are the contenders and pretenders or whatever? Man, got to get away from that pretender side. And even if you happen to lose some of those tougher games against the Bucs or the Chiefs or whoever, as long as you have a good showing, I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. Like, if I don't think we're gonna beat the Bucs, but it can definitely happen. Like, it ain't like saying it can't. But what I'm saying is, let's go in there and bang with them. Let's lose if the loss does happen, be a 30-27 or in the last minute or something where the team was just banging and you walked out of there and they were like, okay, Dallas lost, but all right now. You feel me?
Boys,
you be careful, because these dudes can be good. You feel me? That's what I want to. That's what the Cowboys need to come out looking like. Even in a loss, they need to be like, hey, man, them young boys, because, I mean, I can only go back to the 90s because that's the last time we saw it. Right. We remember in 91. You remember, right?
Yeah.
91. That young team. We lost, but everybody was saying it. I remember. I remember distinctly in my head said, we're going to Super Bowl next year.
Yeah,
we're going to Super Bowl next year because we coming. We lost, but we're gonna be good next year. We're gonna be real good next year, and that's what I want them teams to feel, that even in a loss, even if you beat the Cowboys, I want the teams to start feeling like, hey man, these dudes is back. Like these dudes is good. I don't want them to be like, man, them Cowboys, they ain't doing shit. They always choking. I'm tired of people thinking that about us because it's still that nasty stench around the
Yeah.
Cowboys. And that's why I'm still looking at here like, we'll see. They need to get rid of that stench. They need to get rid of that. And how you do it, you got to be consistent and you got to bring the pain every single week.
Yep. That's truth. That's truth, man. And they'll have the opportunity to do it, man. How to get out
They
there
better.
and really get after it, man. They'll have the opportunity better get out there, but man, and start in other teams' hearts, man. People start looking at that Cowboys game and just that we better bring our we got to bring our lunch today, man. Our hard hats. These boys are gonna come out here slaying these helmets, man. They bust people up. They putting people on the ground. And that's we come out there and just be a team known for the finesse and offense. And I already see that, James. Everyone's talking about, oh, Dak's back. The offense is going to be this. Okay, that's fine. We know what they're going to be. This team will go as far as what that young defense will help them go. Because you know what a prolific offense could do. That can win you some wherever, but that defense is what's going to solidify you, and you got to have that.
Right. I feel you. Definitely, I feel you on that. We got a super chat on a $4.99 holla. Appreciate you for the donation. My guy, this is Kenny Reddick Jr. He says, do
Yes,
you
sir.
think we're going to sign a decent veteran? What kind of veteran? Is you talking about a veteran corner? Are you talking about a veteran quarterback? What veteran are you talking about that you think? Because if I'm thinking two positions, they went after and got a guy at quarterback who I'm like, who? You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, dog. Whoever,
You got to
whatever.
have somebody out there.
Yeah, and then we still haven't got a veteran corner, which I said they need to do. Besides Richard Sherman, get any other veteran corner. Just don't get Richard Sherman. I don't want
Wait.
him.
Hold on, James. I agree with you on the
I don't
veteran
want him.
corner. Why don't you want
I don't want
Sherman,
him.
man?
Because, dog, his time is done to me. I feel like it don't matter what you think you bring it to the table. I just feel like it's over with you. Just my opinion.
Okay.
I just feel like it's over. It's over. Just like with Josh Normal, just like him, Josh Norman. It's over, dog. You had your little limelight in the sun. Yeah, I know they're not looking at you coming in and being the guy, and now you could just lead the way coming in, showing veterans and this and that. I mean, I don't think so. But you know what? Who am I to say? But I don't think so. I rather went after some other guys, and they had the opportunity to go after some guys, and they don't. They pity pat around, and then when it gets buried, and they want to go sign somebody, and we're like, who? He ain't doing shit. I
Right.
mean,
Right.
like for real. If you got these, I mean, this is me. Okay, if I'm a young boy coming in the NFL, right? I'm a young boy, and I'm already feeling like I'm nice, right? If I got a dog veteran ahead of me, I'm gonna have that respect. But if I come in the league and I look at you like the vet, like, man, you ain't even sweet, dog. I ain't listening to you. That's how it really happens, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need
I
to get
believe it.
some respectable corners that's been there and done that. So when they come in, the young boys come in, they command the respect of it. So then they're like, yeah. Well, right now, who we got? We got Jordan, and I hate him, Jordan Lewis, Anthony Brown, them guys.
Yeah.
Them is the guys that they're gonna be looking at. Like them is the guys.
Yeah. No,
Let me name all the cornerbacks right now, big dog. Rashard Robinson, Jordan Lewis, Deontay Burton, Maurice Kennedy, Reggie Robinson, Anthony Brown, C.J. Goodwin. I mean, really? I'm not hating. Really though?
I, it's sad that the Cowboys think that's what they can roll out there, man. That it's sad that they honestly believe. And you know what? They're going to sell it to everybody. Oh, we see this. I feel we're going to see some. You remember how they did a couple of training camps ago with Xavier Woods? He's a playmaker. He's doing all this, and they sold us on it. And I was one of the dumbasses that believed in
Yeah,
it,
you
too.
fell for it, didn't you?
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, yeah. And then it was just disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. So I would like to go see. I know Hayward is still out there. I don't know how you got him, man. I mean,
I thought he got signed.
but a lot of these guys,
I thought he
did
got
he?
signed. Didn't Casey Hayward get signed? Somebody let me know in the chat. I thought Casey Hayward got signed.
If he did, I missed it, man. I completely missed it. Because I was
But
really
I'm
big on trying to get him, but
But my thing is, I don't want to just sign a veteran just because he got to be able to play a little bit. You feel me? Like
yeah,
I feel like that's the only way these guys are gonna respect you too. Like you can sign a veteran, but this guy got to be kind of a player. Like when the
yeah,
Cowboys signed Nolan Carroll, well, no, I couldn't been nobody looking at no damn Nolan Carroll like. Oh shit! I got Nolan Carroll up in here. I'm gonna go ahead. What you got to say, Nolan?
man,
Like, come on, dog. Ain't nobody listening to no Nolan Carroll. That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. Like you gotta have some work behind you for these young boys to be listening to you. That's just the truth.
So you think if we would have went out, I know we didn't do it, but you think we would have went out and got a Patrick Peterson early in the draft or early in free agency? You
I
think that's the
wouldn't have
type of guy?
mind. Yeah, let's get a Pat Pete, but we know they ain't gonna spend no damn money.
Yeah,
So
they ain't
that's
gonna
why
spend
when
no
he
money.
dropped off, it was like, why are we even talking about him? You know they ain't gonna spend no damn money. Why not though? You feel me? Why not go out here and spend that bread and go and say, hey, we throwing the chips in there. We're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna
Yeah,
go ahead and get Pat Pete for this year or this year or this year. We're just gonna get him for this year and we're putting the chips in. Now, this is my feeling about the theme. It's always, well, we're still building for the future. Like it's always we
I'm
building for
sick
the
of that.
future. We
I am
we
sick
we
of that.
we, we building. It's always we building for the future. Why can't we win now?
All
Why
chips to
can't
the middle of the
that's
table.
why can't all the chips go to the middle? It's never all the chips to the middle. It's we building, we okay. Because if we lose this year, we still young. We can win next year. But it's never happened like that
Right,
though.
right, right.
It's never happened like that though. So I don't believe it because it hasn't
And you
happened.
shouldn't. And you shouldn't. I mean, the Cowboys, here's the thing. The Cowboys are the most marketable franchise there is out there. You can't tell me there's not money to spend. The Cowboys come up with money when they want to come up with it. The problem is they don't do anything with the money. That's what the problem is. There are guys out there who you could have signed in free agency who could immediately impact your team and help your team get better right now. And they refuse and they will find that in the third or fourth round. We'll wait 2-3 years for him and hope that he turns into something. And we turn over coaches far too fast. We lose faith in players far too fast. Do that. You got to go get guys, go in free agency. James, when was the last time the Cowboys won free agency? Just I want people to think
I
about that.
mean, that's never going to happen. We know Stephen Jones is running them books now, so we already need to assume that we understand every free agency that we see. That's what it's going to be with Stephen Jones, and so this is my thing. It's almost this is my problem with it because we're hoping. We're
Mhm.
hoping. Like you're hoping Tristan Hill takes the next step because you don't got no other guy behind it.
Right, right,
If you do, you got a young rookie. You don't know. He ain't played in the NFL.
right.
And
Eh,
okay, I ain't hating on Brent Urban or Carlos Watkins, but I mean,
There's a reason they're available.
I
There's a reason
don't
they're
know.
available, James. I
And
mean,
they
that's what
signed for
people got to
and
understand.
they signed for like 1 million. And I'm not in their pockets, but if these guys are like dogs, I'm not saying they ain't, but they only signing for 1 million and 2 million. Like,
Yeah. You got to know your
I
worth,
mean,
and
I
that's like the
mean
bottom of the barrel, man.
that's gonna make me feel like okay, that's a championship team.
No,
The Bucks came back with Dominic Sue. We knew he wasn't going nowhere. Why would he leave?
yeah,
They re-signed his ass. They re-signed everybody. They re-signed everybody and said, let's do it again.
right,
And after we do it again, we'll figure it out after that. But guess what? While we figuring it out, we got 2 Super Bowls.
right. Yeah, ain't no who's going to question that? Who the
Who's
hell
going
is
and
going to
if they
question that?
fall off a little bit, it may happen, but we got 2 Super Bowls
Mhm.
because we said we want it now.
Yeah, hey, man, I love the comment that I got north of the star put in there, man,
But
and I
let's jump it
believe
in
you in
there.
that. Yeah, the one
I'm gonna
about
post.
Brandon Carr,
Yeah, my
that is
guy's been
spot
saying
on.
that. Yeah, my guy's been
Yeah,
saying that. My guy, Mike White's been saying that day and night.
yeah,
Like, I mean
that's what they look at.
because that Stephen Jones with the Brandon Carr. I'm gonna read it right here. North of the Star says they're scared from Brandon Carr because real fans know Carr earned his deal here, but the wishy-washy fans just see his
Yeah,
contract and see he is a guy in the OBG poster and they complain. I mean, you're
yeah.
so true on that. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. When they signed Brandon Carr, I was the ignorant fan. I'll be the first to
Mm,
admit I was the ignorant fan. Um, I was never like hating on Brandon Carr, but I was looking at that contract.
right.
I kept looking.
We
Oh,
all
he
were.
making 10 million a year. He's making 10 million a year. He ain't getting interceptions, but he was a damn solid corner with the Cowboys. I
Well,
mean, his first couple of years, he had like 6 picks.
but James, you know what people forget about the whole Brandon Carr thing? You know who was tearing our ass up before we got him? Victor Cruz. That dude was whipping our ass every single time. And I remember when Brandon Carr got here, he paid immediate dividends. All that salsa dancing, all that was shut down. And people just forget that. And like he says, all they remember is OBJ making that tremendous catch down the sidelines.
Or
Oh, he
Calvin
sucks.
Johnson.
Yeah. Oh, he sucks. He's not this. He's not that. Man, it's more than that, man. The man was dependable. He played every damn game for you. He played every
Mhm.
damn game for you. He was out there. But guys don't look at the stuff like that. And fans don't do that. They just look at what's happening in the moment, bam, and they lose focus on everything else that happened or could have potentially happened. So, I don't know why the Cowboys still hold on to that. I don't they got to get away from that. Whatever's holding them up, they got to get away from that, man, and get back to the point of going out saying, "Hey, we're going all chips to the middle of the table. Let's go win this thing."
I mean, and I think as long as that doesn't happen, I feel like we're gonna come close, but no cigar. And I just feel like that's just what it's gonna be. They
That's
gotta
no
prove
fun.
me wrong on that. Now, before I let you go, because I know you gotta get out of here in a few, give me some. I'm gonna name some guys. We got a lot of new guys here on defense.
Okay.
Okay. We saw Antoine Woods get released. That
Yeah.
was a surprise. Hey, shout out to Antoine Woods. And I'm not making fun, but shout out to you, Antoine Woods, even though you blocked me. Shout out to you, big dog.
Ah, he
But yeah, he
oh
gave me the block.
man.
He gave me the blocker. I ain't really
Oh
say nothing
man.
crazy. I ain't say nothing crazy, but I said a little bit, but it wasn't nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It was more true. It was more true shit and real shit. But I
Yeah.
get it. So I ain't mad at you. You feel me? But I'm glad he got on with the coach because I feel like that's a good team, the perfect team for him to go to. It can be a good little backup and do his thing over there.
Yeah.
But do you see any other surprises, releases, maybe from the defense? Maybe like they got when they got Basham, they got Terrell Basham, they got Carlos Watkins, they got Brent Urban over here. They got the kid from I mentioned him and I had forgot about him. What's his name? The safety. I'm looking him up
Curse.
right now. Yeah, Curse. I totally forgot about him. Do you see any surprises? Anthony Brown could get released and they could say something. Do you see any surprises, releases, just from afar right now?
Well, as far as surprises, I wouldn't call any of them surprises, man, because I don't think we went and got nobody that was like just really substantially better than what was already there. So
Mhm.
I wouldn't call it a surprise. I think Antoine Woods has been the biggest surprise. If anybody did get cut, and it would kind of be like, wow, I didn't necessarily expect that to happen, I would probably say someone like Lee Brown out there. Or even the DeMonte KZ. I know he's the guy that they brought in, and that's Dan
Okay.
Quinn's guy. But
Mhm.
they really like that kid that they got out of South Carolina. Greg, Dan Quinn talks highly about him all the time,
Mhm.
and man, they think they got something in him that nobody else knows about. So if that competition is close, I mean, paying a 6th round guy versus paying a guaranteed contract to DeMonte KZ, uh, you know, friends are friends, business is business. KZ could be on his way out of here. So I would say either Anthony Brown or DeMonte KZ would be surprises for me on the defensive side.
I liked hearing that. That's a good one, especially Demonte Casey. I would say a surprise would be for me. I think he still may slide through, but a
Mhm.
surprise for me, maybe Dorrance Armstrong Jr. I
Mm,
think if Bradley and I comes in and really shows that flame on, I think if the kid Chauncey Golston, who I think he's not ready, but if he comes in and shows a lot of tick early as well, and I
okay.
think if those young boys come off that line, But especially if Bradley and I really comes with that thizzle, and Terrell Basham is really coming off that edge,
Yeah.
Dorrance Armstrong Jr. could be a cut for me, and I feel like he's a guy that would be surprised for me not making it out of camp.
Yeah, I could definitely see that too, man. I really hope that they give Bradley a nod chance, man. I was really excited when they
Yeah,
drafted him, man. I was
me too.
really excited, but they just he didn't get no playing time last year outside of special teams. They said it was a numbers game. That's what
Right,
they
and that's what frustrated me, big dog, because they said it's a numbers game, but clearly, I don't care. I watched him at the combine, and he didn't have the great time. And he's not like that twitchy, crazy athlete, but he's a guy that is relentless. He's just
yeah
a football player. He's
yeah
relentless in what he does. The hand fighting and the hand placement and the way he was attacking the line of scrimmage with advanced pass rushing moves coming off and out of college like that. I was like, man, just give him some tick. Just let him come on third downs. Just let him rush. Just don't
yeah
let him do anything else. Just let him have him just rush the passer. But like I said, you had a guy in Mike Nolan who was like, it's soft.
right
You know what I'm saying?
yeah
He just came in soft and just not aggressive and just soft. I mean, I don't care. I don't care. Just maybe just me, dog. When I coached defense, I was a rah-rah coach. I ain't try
right.
to be, but
You can't help it.
you can't help it, dog.
Yeah
You over on the sideline talking to these guys. Let's go. I don't know, dog, but I feel like Quinn is different like that, and I feel like they'll respond like that. But you can't be just like, oh, it's a numbers game, and he's really good, but we can't play him because we got guys ahead of him. Hell no. Who is it? Jerry saying play Dorrance Armstrong Jr. or what's going on? Because he shouldn't even be getting no tick last year.
right.
I was hoping for him a couple years ago, but when he showed me he ain't really that guy, I'm like, cool. He just another player. He may do that somewhere else, but obviously he ain't doing it here. So give Bradley and I that tick.
Yeah, man. My thing is let your young guys play, man. You never know what you have in a player unless you get them out there. You got to find ways, man, to get these young guys out there and let them play. You didn't draft them for no reason. You got to let these guys get out there and play and figure out what you have. That's how you build and that's how you develop depth on your football team in all areas, offense, defense, special teams. You got to let guys play, man. If you just want to keep him over there because he's not, you don't feel like he's there, you're trying to give this certain player more playing time just because of his name, that's not the way to do it, man. Forget a name. I
Yeah,
want guys who can play and make plays for me week in and week out, you know?
I I totally feel you on that, big dog. And I hear people in the chat, and I agree with them with the Tristan Hill thing because I liked Hill, and I said don't throw him away last year, but he had the injury. My thing is just like this: when people are talking about Tristan Hill and that three tech, if Neville Gallimore really takes that next step that we're all thinking he could,
Uh,
and then Osa, who I was not surprised about the pick, but I just had to really watch him more, and I'm like,
right.
yeah, okay, I like him,
Yeah.
and I know he's gonna be wanting the spot, and I'm telling you that wrestling does make
Yes,
a
it
difference.
does. Yes,
And
it
then you
does.
got Bohanna, who he's got to learn a lot, but you can't teach 6'4", 350 pounds.
No,
You
you
feel
can't.
me?
No,
You
no.
can't teach that, so he
That's a
ain't going
hard man to
nowhere.
move out the middle, Jay.
Unless
That's a
you
hard
feel
man.
me, big dog.
Yeah.
Unless he's just absolute garbage, trash, hot waste garbage. He's on the team. You feel
Yeah.
me? He's
Yeah.
not going anywhere. But this other guy we need to keep a look at is the Rondell Carter, because
Mm.
Rondell Carter, he left and went to the Colts because he's left the Cowboys. He got that big money with the Cowboys as
Yeah.
undrafted. He went over to the Colts because he said, "I want to play." It didn't work out over there, and we got lucky to me, and he came
Yeah.
back over to Dallas. Yeah, I know he got shook out on I think against OBJ or whatever, but I like his potential, so keep an eye on him. So Tristan Hill, I want him to succeed
Right.
because I feel like he has the pass rushing ability at the three tech position and can really add to it. But hey, I like the competition too. And if you
Yeah.
ain't doing it, I hope the Cowboys are like this. If you ain't handling your business, we don't give a hell what you made or what pick you was. You're gonna sit the bench and this guy's gonna play, and that's just what it is. And it's gonna be week
Yeah.
to week. And if you ain't getting it this week, you're gonna sit.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. People act like, there's something something wrong with that. No, your guys need to be. There's no such thing as comfortable, man. That's what we got to get out of Dallas. That's what has gotten us in this mess, being comfortable. You've got to come out and say, hell no, look, not playing well. Come stand next to me. Let's watch this thing. You know, we can't sit there and just let them be out there. It reminds me of what's that movie? Remember the Titans. We knew that linebacker, whatever it was, Gosling's character, man. He was so trash. You know, hey, you got to come stand next to me and let's put a athlete in there. That's the way you got to have that mentality. I need my best players on field all times. Let's make plays. Let's win games.
I feel you. I feel you on that. Now a lot of people. I pose this question. I want to ask you this question, homie, right quick. The 2018 class contracts are up. They're up this year. So this is basically I posed the question, and since you're on here, I'm going to ask you this question from the 2018 class. I'm going to mention all of them. I'm pulling it up right here. Okay, so I posed the question, and I'm going to ask people here. A lot of people answered it. Who would you bet on coming back from this group on a second deal? LVE, Michael Gallup, Dalton Schultz, or Dorrance Armstrong Jr.?
Definitely Dorrance Armstrong Jr.
Hell no.
Who would get a second contract? Damn, Michael Gallup could get it, but they're
not. He's not coming
back.
I don't think. Yeah, he's gonna want money, man.
Yeah, Gallup most deserving of it, but he's not going to get it. With Dalton Schultz, man, I think they find a way to use him as a tight end. They like him from last year. I think they like what they could potentially have with him and Blake Jarwin double tight end set. And they're not going to pay him a lot of money too. We know that they're not going to have to pay him a lot. You know how the Cowboys are, so you know, cheap. Oh, he's showing us a little bit of something. Yeah, let's bring him back. So Dalton Schultz would be my bet on that. Absolutely.
I totally agree with that. When I'm looking at the group, Dalton Schultz is the guy because he's not going to cost a lot of money. And I think he loves playing. I think he's going to love playing with the Cowboys, and he'll take that low deal because he's going to be, you know what I'm saying? Like they could squeeze him for the low deal and he'll be cool because, you know, he playing for the Cowboys. He probably won't be playing for nobody else no time soon. He'll be a backup, you know what I mean? But this is a place where he can actually probably get some tick, get his name on the Cowboys. You know what I mean? He'll live off that going in the clubs or whatever with the wifey. Oh, that Dalton Schultz, he was in the bar. You had a great game. You caught 6. I think he likes that. So I think he's the guy that's going to get picked up as well.
Yeah, I can see that. Dalton Schultz seems like, you know, he's kind of, if he was in the streets, like he's the man, but he's not the man. You know what I'm saying? He's the man. He's the big fish in a small pond, put it like that. He knows where to be. He knows he's not going to get all the extra press or whatever, but he gets just enough to make it, you know, feasible. You know, they all love the limelight a little bit. So Dalton, I saw somebody say Michael Gallup, he could sign for, you know, I think they said less than $12 million. I don't know how reasonable that be. But
that's
if
not
there was way,
that's not happening.
If there was a way, man, I would do it.
I mean, whatchamacallit set the bar when it was like at $15 million. He's not going to command nothing less than $15 to $16 million. And I know my guy North of the Star jumps in there and talks about Patrick Walker because, you know, that's my dog. I follow him as well. And he said he's hinting at him that, you know, it could still happen because the you know, the TV deal. I know all that. But if the TV deal comes up, he's going to want more money. Okay. He's not going to. You feel me? He's not going to want $15 million. If the TV deal's coming and he's going to get more money, why would he ask for 15? Why wouldn't he ask for 19 or 20?
Yeah.
When the money with the TV deal going up, you think a Stephen Jones is going to do that for a secondary receiver? And I got CD Lamb.
Yeah, nah.
That's why I'm saying maybe it could happen. But what I'm saying is, if that money deal is going up, the players' demands are going to go up with it.
Right.
They're not going to stay low. They're going to go higher with the demands.
Yeah, because they know the money is available and can be paid.
Right. So
and somebody's going to pay because Michael Gallup's a damn good receiver. Yeah, somebody's going to pay for him. Absolutely.
And he's still young, so somebody will pay it, and they feel like, well, yeah, okay, we can do it. We're a young team. We can add him, and he can do something. And yeah, somebody's going to pay that. But do I see a Stephen Jones with that? The money can go up, but it don't matter if the money's going up. If Stephen Jones is still there saying, nah, I'm paying Amari this, and I'm gonna pay you that, and I still got CD Lamb coming up.
Yeah.
That's why I drafted this Fehoko, and let me
Yeah.
see what he can do. He's 6'4",
Right.
222 pounds, and he's cheap. And if he can show, and he's running 4.3s, and he can show anything, do you really think, let's keep it all the way funky, that if
Yeah.
he feels like he's any kind of good, you think they're going to do that with Gallup, and that I got a young guy who's cheap with the bigger size and faster speed?
Yeah. No, that wouldn't even,
That's not
and
dollars
it
and
wouldn't.
cents from Stephen Jones.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense in that regard, man. So I mean, I get it. And you say this real quick, man. That Vasher kid, the receiver out of I
Oh
want to say,
man, he's
man.
so yes. Oh my gosh,
Hey, look,
he's not
I'm just
ready,
saying.
dog. He
I'm not saying. Hey, I'm not
y'all.
saying he's
I'm
ready to
saying y'all
take it.
looking at that. I'm saying y'all just looking at that 6'6". That's all y'all looking at, dog. He is not nothing close to polished nothing.
But no, I mean, but you don't want to keep him around, man. I mean,
I mean, yeah, throw him on the practice squad, but people ain't like he gonna be on the roster. He ain't gonna
no,
be
he's
on
not gonna
no
be on
roster. He
53.
ain't sniffing no roster.
Nah, he ain't gonna
People
be on
like,
the
oh,
53.
TJ Vasher, he gonna no, he's not. No, he's
Yeah,
not.
he's not gonna be on
TJ
the
Vasher
53.
ain't
Not like
making
that.
nothing. Yeah, he's not making nothing. Okay, he's not making nothing this year. If anything, he's just gonna sit on that practice squad. He's just gonna sit on there. He's not gonna play ever. Not this
Hey,
year.
hey, you know what, man? I think I get it. People are enamored with size and speed, man. That's where the game is right now. So, yeah, he's far from being polished, man. You got far more. You got a better chance of other guys stepping up, especially on the defense side of the ball being good. So, only time will tell, man. That's why we're waiting for this football season. Only time will tell where we get.
Only time will tell. But hey, man, I appreciate you jumping on here because I know you
Yeah,
got to do
yeah,
your Mavericks thing, man. And I really appreciate you jumping on here, big
absolutely.
dog.
Anytime, man.
Hey, let them know about what you do and where you
Oh yeah.
at because you're on that best for business and you about to do the Mavs. And if y'all want to go listen to some Mav stuff, go in there and jump in there and tell them where you at, man.
Yeah, man. Every after every Mavs game, we do a live stream. It's coming on Facebook and it's on Twitter. On Twitter, it's at It Is Business. Follow us on Instagram. The best for business page is it.is.business DFW. You check me on Twitter at Radio Guy Ray. Best for do it every Tuesday and Thursday night about 8:30. We give it to you for about 2 hours. And guys, James, I'm gonna have to get at your people real quick, man. If you guys, the content is great here and everything, man. If you want some more content, we have a YouTube page as well. Follow us on the YouTube page. Just search BFB DFW, Best for Business DFW, BFB DFW. That will get you there, man. We got all the comments. I mean, we got all the content. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Give us a look and share it, man. And, James, I always appreciate doing this, man. Whenever you're ready to do it again, let's do it.
Hey man, you already know what it is, dog.
Yes,
We
sir.
just starting this, so we're gonna keep on doing it, man. But I appreciate you jumping on. Like I
Oh
said, if
yeah.
y'all like mass basketball or anything like that, make sure you tune in because he's already calling Dallas beating the Dallas is my squad. And the only reason why I may agree with you with the Denver thing is because they lost Jamal Murray. That's the
Yeah,
only reason why.
that's
That's
my
the only
only.
reason why we got a chance. That's the
I
only reason why we
agree.
got a chance.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying
Because if
that's
Jamal
my
Murray
reason.
was there, that would be a sweep.
There's not a good matchup for us. People are saying the click thing, but if I could choose, give me Denver Nuggets without Jamal Murray. I like our
Yeah.
chances. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd rather that without Jamal Murray. But hey,
yeah.
we're gonna do this again, dog, and I appreciate you, man. I'll be talking to you soon.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man. Y'all take care.
Hey, appreciate you.
All right.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
My guy, radio guy Ray, gonna do his thing, man. But hey, I'm about to jump off here too, because I'm just about to jump off here. So appreciate my guy. The schedule is out. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm not falling for none of the Kool-Aid. I ain't falling for none of the hoo-ha. It's all good with the schedule. It's all good, with the teams they're playing. Like I said, I don't feel like there's no team that Dallas can't beat. But I'm not. I like what Dan Quinn is bringing to the table as far as what he's talking about. But I need to see, this it's a lot of rookies. I need to see if these rookies what rookies are going to make it, what rookies are going to show. How these other players are going to mesh. Keanu Neal, like you said, Casey is Randy Gregory full season. It's a lot of what ifs. It's a lot of question marks. A lot of question marks. So until I see a little bit of those question marks being answered, whether it's camp, when we go to, whether it's just some preseason games. I know preseason, they say, preseason don't matter. It's going to matter with this team. So it's just the continuity. You know, I'm one looking from the far, the locker room, the mentals, how that's happening. If I need to see that before I'm jumping out saying anything about this team doing anything. And it's going to be game by game. You know, I got to see how they play against these Bucks. Even if they do lose, I need to see how they play. Can't be getting slaughtered house or looking sloppy or anything like that. They got to come in there playing football. I'm gonna be frustrated if this team come out all off season and the first game they look sloppy as hell. That's gonna bother me. I don't like the sloppiness, and they need to make sure that that's not happening. They don't have it looking sloppy out there because that's definitely gonna bother me. So we'll see how it goes. But you know what? I appreciate y'all jumping in here, man. Heard a lot of people didn't get the notification. Sorry about that. Just make sure if what I try to do is post it early, maybe like a half hour, post it early, and then kind of let y'all know, and then turn your notifications off and turn them back on. I don't know, man. The stuff be acting weird, so I don't know. I guess I figured it out. But like I said, I'm gonna just post it ahead of time when I'm gonna go live on the YouTube page, and then just like I said, turn your notifications off if you see it on the post on the community page, and then turn it back on, and then we kind of roll from there. Also, man, I gotta send out whatchamacallit out to my guy, because I got my guy coming on tomorrow, Kevin Gray. Kevin Gray podcast. Make sure you check him out. He's with 105 The Fan. He does a lot of Mavericks basketball. We've been talking back and forth, but he's been crazy busy, but he's going to have a time to schedule. Matter of fact, I got to send him the rundown tonight. We're going to be going live tomorrow, so make sure you check that out. Me and Kevin Gray from 105 The Fan, 105.3 The Fan. We're going to be talking Mavericks basketball, talk about how you got to start, and just talk some Cowboys football. Just talk about whatever. Just talk sports in general. So it's going to be a fun time. I'm going to be able to bring him on tomorrow. I've been waiting for the last couple of weeks for this to happen, so we got it popping. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. I think it's going to be 9 p.m. my time again, 9 p.m. EST. So once again, check that interview out. The Kevin Gray from 105.3 The Fan does a lot of Mavericks basketball. He's got his own YouTube channel. It's popping. It's up to 2K right now. It's going crazy. A lot of great interviews, a lot of good inside interviews, inside intel, intellect. Great sports guy, a lot of knowledge. So we're just going to talk some good sports tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that. All right. So that being said, man, what's up, Cowboy Star? I'm out of here. Big Game James. Make sure y'all turn your notifications off, turn them back on so y'all can check that interview out tomorrow, because it's going to be a good one. All right. Kevin Gray, 105 The Fan. We're talking Mavericks basketball, Cowboys football, sports in general, and all that good stuff. All right. So I'll talk to you soon. Big Game James. I'm out. Let's listen to some music while I ride out. Peace.